This is Engadget. Here's what's happening in the world of technology. Today is November 22nd. You're not the only one tired of ringless voicemails that put spam in your inbox. The Federal Communications Commission has determined that these silent voicemails are covered by the same Telephone Consumer Protection Act, TCPA, rules that forbid robocalls without consent. Companies need your permission to leave these junk messages as they're still considered calls, the FCC says. The ruling takes effect today. The finding comes 5 years after marketers first asked for exemptions to the regulations surrounding ringless voicemails, the FCC says. The requests from All About the Message and 2 other petitioners reportedly drew overwhelming negative feedback from public commenters. The commission added that it receives dozens of complaints about these voicemails each year. FCC Chair Jessica Rosenworcel proposed extending the TCPA to this spam in February. As with other robocall crackdowns, there's no guarantee the voicemails will stop. Spammers may find alternate avenues to deliver these messages, and the FCC can only do so much to limit spam originating outside the U.S. However, this does establish firm boundaries inside the country. Companies who flout the rules risk FCC action and customer lawsuits that could prove costly. And code sleuths at MISC are challenging Apple's vaunted focus on privacy. The developers claim Apple's anonymous usage data for some in-house apps includes a Directory Services Identifier, DSID, uniquely linked to your Apple ID and iCloud data. Apple could potentially use this DSID to pinpoint your App Store browsing habits, according to MISC. This seemingly contradicts Apple's assertion that none of the data is personally identifying and appears to extend to iOS 16. The researchers previously shared findings that iOS 14.6 sends large volumes of first-party app activity to Apple even if you completely disable device analytics or otherwise limit collection. This includes your iPhone model, keyboard languages, and other details that could theoretically be used to fingerprint your device. Gizmodo notes that users filed a class action lawsuit against Apple after MISC published its privacy data. We've asked Apple for comment, and we'll let you know if we hear back. MISC pointed out that Apple's tool to prevent third-party app tracking debuted in iOS 14.5, so this shouldn't affect other software you use on your devices. Just what Apple sees isn't clear. As Gizmodo explains, Apple encrypts the usage data and isn't necessarily processing personal and general info together. The problem, as you might guess, is that Apple doesn't detail its analytics collection practices. There's a concern Apple might not be honoring its privacy promises, even if the data gathering is limited. If you want to catch the latest tech news as it's happening, check out Engadget.com or tune in again every weekday.
Spoken Layer.